Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool wooden wall crank telephone, and this is Tristan's equipment from MN, and this is the initial checkout of this really cool wooden wall crank telephone. We want to run through a little bit about what needs to be done. We want to troubleshoot the receiver capsule. It has an issue and the receiver cap is taped to the receiver capsule. We want to try to utilize that original receiver capsule. It does have the diaphragm style receiver. We also want to troubleshoot the receiver capsule cloth cord. We want to troubleshoot the solenoids for the bells, and we also want to adjust the bells. And we want to troubleshoot the bell circuit. We will be going through the hook switch. We'll take a look at that part of the telephone. We also want to replace the transmitter. We design and build an electronic amplified transmitter here at the shop, and we will be installing an electronic amplified transmitter. And with that transmitter, you will have plenty of transmit power. This wooden wall telephone does not have a magneto, so we want to locate a magneto and install that magneto into the unit. We also want to rewire this unit the way we want it wired to work the way we want it to work. And we're going to try to utilize most of the original wiring that we can. We will also need to install a circuit that we design and build here at the shop that allows you to walk up to this telephone, crank the magneto, and ring the original bells, but not backfeed any voltage into the telephone line, and yet when you get a call, the original bells will ring. So we'll take care of that issue. We're going to be installing a keypad in the battery box area so that Tristan can simply open the door and dial any telephone number. We have a lot of work that needs to be done. We want to get a start on this unit. We'll go ahead and take some still pictures of this really cool wooden wall crank telephone, and we'll come back and get some more video as we move forward in the troubleshooting, repairing, and converting process. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we want to go ahead and crank the magneto that's been installed and ring the original bells. So we'll go ahead and start that. We'll let that go one more time. Now what we can do is use the analyzer and send a ring cycle like you were getting a call. So we'll start that. We'll let that go a few times. I'll let it go one more time and we'll stop the ring cycle. We'll go ahead and take a short break and we'll be right back to do our final checkout. Okay, we're back now and we're ready to start our final checkout. Now I also want to mention our amplified pickup. We use this pickup in troubleshooting, repairing, and on our final checkouts. It's amplified so that you can hear the audio from a receiver. Now since our amplified transmitter is so sensitive and it has plenty of transmit power, with our pickup being amplified, it will feed back. So we have our transmitter shorted out at this time. So we'll go ahead and use our analyzer and send a ring cycle like you were getting a call. So we'll start that. We'll let that go a few times. I'll let it go one more time and we'll give you some dial tone. Now what we want to do is take a short break so we can unshort the transmitter, and we'll go ahead and call a time and temp number. We'll go ahead and hang up our receiver and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and like we mentioned earlier, with our amplified pickup, I have an amplifier back by the video. It has a button on it. When I press the button, I can give dial tone or take it away at any time. And since it's an open amplifier, it is prone to any static interference or noise in the atmosphere. So what we want to do is go ahead and unshort the transmitter, and we'll go ahead and plug the line cord in because we're just going to use that instead of the hook switch. We have dial tone. I'm going to go ahead and dial a 2. That will cause dial tone to go away. As you can see, the transmitter is pointed in the opposite direction, and if you look at this light on the analyzer, every time you see that red light light up, that's an indication of 100% modulation. So we have plenty of transmit power. You wouldn't have to be right up on the spit cup to talk into this wooden wall telephone any longer. Now what we want to do is go ahead and unseize the line. We'll plug it back in for dial tone. And we want to walk through our numbers. If you watch the analyzer, you'll watch the numbers roll by. I'm going to end in a 2. And now what we want to do is go ahead and unseize the line, and we'll go ahead and press this button on the switch box. That'll give us a line out and totally take away the analyzer. And we want to go ahead and short our transmitter because we want to go back to audio on our amplifier, and we don't want any feedback. We'll plug our line in for dial tone, and we'll make that call.
The time and temperature is coming up after this. To hear the time and temperature, just stay on the line. Today is Thursday, May 2nd. The current time, 11:36 p.m. and the temperature, 55 degrees.
We'll go ahead and unseize the line. We can make one other call. We'll call my number and it'll be busy. Go ahead and give you some dial tone, and we'll make that call. We'll go ahead and unseize the line. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Now that we know that this really cool wooden wall crank telephone has been repaired and converted, we can return it to Tristan and they can enjoy this really cool wooden wall telephone. I'm sure it's going to look great wherever it's installed. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching and have a great day.